Welcome to 30 and Nerdy. Raw, uncut, and unfiltered. Just like Brady.
Yo. Want to hear my opinions on stuff?
Yeah.
Sit down.
None of that's true. I don't know about the Brady part, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Brady's cut or not. I'm pretty sure he is, though.
Oh, yeah, I am. My parents said the doctors took me and did it and then brought me back without them knowing, so...
Oh, shit. That's like a big no-no. Would your parents have gotten you cut, though?
Probably. They would have just liked the option to say yes or no.
Yeah. If I have a son, I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
I'm gonna wait till he's old enough to decide for himself.
All right, son, you're 18. Do you want to go out and get your foreskin cut? While you're wide awake, they just give you a local anesthetic.
I want to be in a medically induced coma. I had to do that.
My name is David.
And I'm AJ.
I'm Brady.
And today I sound a little husky because I'm still recovering from the most horrible sickness I've had in my entire life.
1,000-year sickness.
Yeah. No, seriously, this is the sickest I've ever been in my life.
Didn't you pull ribs or back muscles?
Yeah,
vomiting so hard.
I pulled my rib muscles. They gave me Vicodin. It was so bad.
My God.
So I mean,
it's like supermodel vomiting.
I've been on 2 rounds of antibiotics now. I'm on Cedifnir right now, which if you give that one to babies, it turns their poop red.
Oh, nice.
It just gives me the runs. But since I'm also on the Vicodin, it kind of hardens it up.
Yeah.
So, and they got me on all this shit. I still wake up in the middle of the night coughing, but nothing comes up with it anymore. So it's just this dry, nasty cough with like a little rattle right here in my throat. So
you sound like you could be on like some Sunday morning's blues radio.
You know, I could probably be on a porn phone chat too.
What are you wearing?
Hey, what do you want? Do you want to get fucked, big boy?
Definitely would not pay money for that.
You're missing out, Dave. You don't know what fun is. So anyway, here's what we are going to talk about. Since we were all sick, except for David, somehow wasn't sick. So congratulations to Dave.
Taking his Flintstone vitamins.
Yep.
Right.
So we're actually behind an episode. So we're going to go ahead and pound this one out nice and fast for you. And we're going to talk about...
Just a little Thanksgiving game style.
Just a little Thanksgiving game style.
Ooh.
What is your favorite game to play during Thanksgiving? Is it one where you take away a nation from a bunch of people? Much like the whites did too.
If that means... But my want to play Destiny 2 is forcibly taken away from me by Bungie, yes.
What do you mean?
I don't want... The game's done.
I'm still playing it.
I'm not.
I have 2 305s and a 303.
I'm playing...
And now I'm waiting for Trials of Osiris so then I can...
And that drops December 5th.
Knock up to 350, bitches. Dude,
December 5th.
I'm max light.
Speaking of just some games coming out,
Yeah.
not really terribly much in the near distant future.
Not really.
The biggest ones, Doom VFR, but I really don't care.
Boo.
VR really does not interest me at all.
Doom VR is already available on fucking Steam.
But the one that kind of piques my interest is Deathwing Space Hulk. It's a Warhammer 40k game where you're playing as the Deathwing Space Marines, I believe.
Well,
and
you
you're
said
going against
Deathwing, and all I could think of was
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And you are going up against not the Zerg, Tyranids.
I was going to say Nids.
So Luke's favorite army, stupid army.
They're an interesting army.
Dumb.
I will pulverize them.
And
there's not much.
There really
happening.
isn't terribly much coming out. I mean,
Which is weird.
further in the
because
future, later in December, there's a little bit better stuff, but not terribly much really coming out in the
You would
holidays.
think they'd want to get that shit out now.
Yeah.
So then, the parents with the money, around today's Cyber Monday, so, you would have thought that they would have put out more shit today, but they didn't. I mean, the best deal I saw was you can get an Xbox One S for
$190.
Yeah, 189 is what I saw.
$189. They had Xbox One controllers for $30.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
So I actually bought one in a dongle for my computer.
Nice.
Yep.
It's a great controller.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was getting sick of using that old Xbox 360 Black Ops one with the weird like coating on it, and it just
Yeah.
feels grimy and gross.
It probably is grimy and gross.
And I mean, it's a fucking Mad Cat, so
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Mad Cats.
I'm,
Every second player misses you.
I'm more... Yeah, no kidding. I get the good controller. I'm more excited just for the deals that are going on.
Yeah, there's lots of killer deals.
Like I did, because I picked up Derek's old Xbox, and so I was looking at some of the backwards compatible stuff that I really missed playing, because PlayStation's backwards compatible is, hey, you can pay for this subscription fee to all the games. Hooray! I
It's
don't
not
care.
all the games. It's only
I know.
like
In
But I mean,
stream games, that sounds like it's going to work.
Yeah.
Xbox is doing it.
Yeah, Xbox does it, but Xbox also gives you backwards compatible. So I picked up Left 4 Dead, the original, because I like the first one better than the second one.
And nobody plays it anymore.
I'll still play it by myself. I don't care.
I would play with you, but I don't have a Xbox One. And for two, I would have to play Lewis. You hate Lewis because he's black.
I like Lewis. I always liked him. Francis!
These accusations are flying.
No, it's an inside joke because like I'd always play as Lewis, and like he'd always be like Francis. You know, he yells everything, and then I would always fuck over the rest of the team like at near the end. And I would jump onto the escape vehicle before anybody else could get there. I'd be like, see ya, bitches, the black person lives again.
But then we'd also, if AJ got killed, we'd be like, oh,
Of course.
no, come back. The liquor or the thing with the giant tongue is dragging AJ away. No,
no.
come back.
If only someone could stop it.
Pills here. Grab pills. Pills here.
And then because they had that cast, I think was the best because they
It's
had
so good.
Lewis, they had Francis the biker, they had Zoe, I think the girl,
And
and
then
then
the
the
old
old
man.
fart.
I don't hate vests.
And I love the ambiance of the game. I loved everything about the first one. The second one was good, but just not as good.
I never enjoyed the second one. I think it's because I never got that chance to play with three other live people. Unlike Left 4 Dead, where we constantly always had four people together. It didn't matter. Like, every time it was always different. It was always fun.
Yeah.
We never had a time where it's just like, alright, I'm going to throw this grenade and it's going to attract all the zombies.
Yeah, it was
You
always
shoot
hectic.
that. Yeah, it was always fun. It was always just like, haha, that person's dying again.
But I wish they would come out with like a next gen of Left 4 Dead.
Well, Steam doesn't believe in 3, so...
Well, then just
It'll
make a
never
4.
happen.
Remaster.
We talked about this. Just be like Apple, where we just skip 9 and go to 10.
It's an X.
Oh, whatever.
It's a Roman numeral 10.
It's not supposed to be.
For the 10th, yes, it is for the 10th anniversary.
I don't care.
Then I also picked up Black Ops 1
Ooh.
because I love that game, and I'm pretty sure that probably still has some online play too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
And because that was my favorite one. I like 2, but I love number 1. And then what was the third game I picked up? Red Dead Redemption with all the DLC because I never got to play like the Undead Nightmare.
You know me, I'm not a big fan of
Love
Rockstar.
Rockstar. Excited for Red Dead Redemption 2, but
Yeah.
I loved Red Dead Redemption 1. Say that 5 times fast.
Red Dead Redemption 1, 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 Red Dead Redemption 1.
That was kind of slow. I'll speed it up in post.
Put it at 4x speed.
So that's what my Black Friday spending, because I had it till today or last night, so I was like, fine, I'll pull the trigger and do it because it's buy 2 get 1 free.
Well, I sent one to Brady that like I'm in this group called Geek Dads, whatever. It kind of sucks, but the guy posted like, "Oh yeah, I got these 4 games. I only spent $60, and one of them was the new Wolfenstein." I was like, "Hey, dude, if you want to get the new Wolfenstein, it's super cheap."
Yeah.
Like, part of me really wants to get it, and I know KJ would murder me if I got this up.
It is an amazing game.
I want to play it so bad.
But all I did over Thanksgiving break was play Battlefield 1. Even though Battlefront 2 came out, like, kept losing. I'm like, fuck this, I'm going to go play something else. I'm going to go play the World War I version, and oh, that's just so fun. I forgot this game was great.
And I, as I said in the last, my single podcast, where our listening numbers went, I think it's mostly because of the holiday, but I'll take the blame for it. It's on me. But I did pick up World War II, and the online play, like I said, just it's hard to go from wall jumping and moving and flying so quickly to that you're just kind of running.
Boots on the ground.
And it's like, man, this is really
Boots
slow.
on the ground. That's what everybody wanted.
I feel, because there are times when I will just go off and I'll get 6, 7, 8 kills in a row, which never happens in any of the new Call of Duties. Like, the last time this happened was Modern Warfare 3. Or Black Ops, when it was still Black Ops 1 and 2. And so to go from this, and then when I start doing well, I'm like, well, this game must suck because I'm doing well. So all the good people must not be playing this game.
You know what it is? It's like all the new people in Flux.
You could just say, yeah, David, you're awesome.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, David, you're awesome.
Thank you. I knew it.
From years of training.
Years of training.
You go back to World War II and you're good.
But I did start playing the story mode because I was like, I'm just not feeling like I'll play it, but it's just I'm playing it because I want to play something, and I don't want to play Diablo 2 all the time or Diablo 3 all the time. Well, actually, I do want to play Diablo 3 all the time, but
Boots
I feel
on the
that
ground.
I should spread my gaming love around a little bit, just so I have some variety.
I do that with my cum. Sorry, it's a little joke opportunity. I had to take it.
But I started playing the story, and it's a little hard to, because there's some quick time events that don't quite understand how to do yet, because it doesn't, like, it'll have an X, but it doesn't really tell you whether what you're doing is working or not. So I can't tell if, like, I failed or if this is just part of the story.
It, or
but the storming of Normandy Beach and some of the missions after really started to hit home for just, I mean, this is where the fun is right now. Just that feeling of going back to, the Medal of Honor, where every single year was Medal of Honor Normandy D-Day invasion.
Yeah.
From 101st Airborne or whoever was going up on the stupid boats. It really was quite good and really graphic. You're going in the boats, and then there's this, you're in one of those boats that just gets torn apart.
Higgins boat.
If you're watching Saving Private Ryan, where the boats just go in and then everybody in there just gets mowed down, that was your boat. You somehow survive, of course, but there's a dude who is right in front of you and half his head just is gone. And of course, I'm playing this, and my daughter is staying there. She's like, why is he laying there like that? I was like, don't watch. Look at this.
You should have said
this. Play.
It's war.
War is hell, daughter.
War never changes.
So it's enjoyable right now, the story mode. I'm not playing it on the hardest because if I was, oh my freaking word, because I remember going through that on like Allied Assault and stuff like that with hard difficulty on Normandy, and that would just be ridiculous. Because the annoying part and the kind of cool part is that this went back to the original Call of Duty, where your health doesn't regain, so you have to either find med packs or have one of your little squad give you a part.
Oh, really?
So your squad can give you like ammo. They can give you.
That's cool.
That's way better than this jam got flagged on my screen. Alright, the jam's gone. I'm good to go. I'm the soldier that could.
Mm-hmm. What kind of jam is it? Raspberry. Lone Star. So that's all I've been doing. Besides playing, I keep on waiting for somebody in the 30 and Nerdy group to hop on Diablo 3 with me.
So here's what I did. I had crazy fever dreams, And I sat right here in this couch, and I kept just screaming at the top of my lungs. I had something playing on the TV, so my wife was half asleep. She thought I was screaming at the TV, so she was sending me text messages. It's like, either turn off the TV or stop screaming at it. You're going to wake up our daughter. And finally she came out and realized I was out here having fever dreams. And I was like screaming like, fuck you, cunt. No, no, no.
Oh my God.
Just like for 2 hours straight. And then I threw out, that was awesome. I threw out pizza and Code Red. So that was great. And then I slept a lot. And I slept a lot.
Do you remember any of the dreams?
No. I just remember when I was yelling. That's all.
Jeez.
And then, let's see here. When I was like kind of lucid, I played a little bit of Destiny 2 mainly.
Yeah.
Because it's a game you can play mindlessly. And I was like, I want to get light 305 on my Titan. And so I did. And so now I have 2 305 light and then a 303 power hunter. So
Nice. Didn't you do the raid or section of it?
yeah, we tried. It went very horribly. We didn't have enough people.
Oh.
So we ended up taking what we did have and trying to do a Trials of the 9.
Yeah.
And we got fucking spanked. 18 rounds in a row. We didn't.
Losses?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We didn't win a single round. It was so brutal.
Did you get Maya team shot the whole time?
Pretty much.
Yep.
The meta.
Yay, Destiny.
Mm-hmm. So then, I think, then we did the strike. The
Nightfall?
Yep. We finally beat a Nightfall.
Nice.
And then, mainly I just slept. I didn't really do anything. Because I just been too sick to do anything. It fucking sucks. Like I can't even really talk. That's why I have sexy voice going on. But generally, when it's this time of year, I'm probably usually playing a Call of Duty because that's usually when they come out.
Yep.
Sometime in November, you get a Call of Duty game, and that's what you end up playing. Even though, for some reason, Thanksgiving will always remind me of Fallout 3 because my dad, that's the first time I saw it, my dad brought it over, and he's like, check this game out, it's Oblivion with guns.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
I guess I do gravitate more towards games with snow and cold this time of year. I don't know why, because we don't have enough of that outside.
Well, not right now. No,
cold
it was
in
like
Iowa.
60 degrees today.
Yeah.
I'm getting stinking annoyed by it. 60 degrees in November. I don't live in the South.
Well, what pisses me off is like 2 weeks ago we were having like 10-degree days, 20 degrees.
Well, that was great.
Now it's back to 60, and it's like, come on.
And with my job, the warmer it is, the more stuff gets called in.
Yep. So the more work you have to do instead of getting laid off for the.
Yep. Thanks, global warming.
Thanks, global warming, for keeping my job going.
Yep. Son of a bitch.
You're used to that 3 months off.
I got 1 month at the beginning of this year, and that was good. Like, a weekend, I'm like, okay, I'm bored. This is a good problem to have, though.
Yeah.
I would just wake up at unplanned times. Just like, oh, it's 6 in the morning. Okay.
I haven't been to work in almost a month now.
Yeah.
Because I just been, like, I got better, and I went to work for 2 days, and I came down sick again. And it came back with the vengeance.
Yeah.
It's like Die Hard.
Best Christmas movie ever?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, and for all those people voting for A Christmas Story,
Hey,
I
our
love you.
post, you have no taste in movies.
I'm right
Fuck
there
you.
with you. It's amazing.
I love that movie.
That and Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way is so fucking good.
Yep.
Put the cookie down now.
Oh, your wife's cookies are delicious. And what's the one? Jimmy Stewart.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, I love that one too.
I don't really care for
Thank
that.
goodness. guys are like all the worst Christmas movies.
Fuck yourself.
Well, in my opinion, the Jedi are wrong. David.
I agree. Screw all the Jedi. I always went with the bad choices. Darth
Yeah.
Revan killed everybody.
They had the best music.
Hey, Christmas Story is the best, and now I have the high ground, okay? So zip it, or Anakin.
Yeah, Anakin.
I'll throw sand on you.
Oh, you know how much you hate that.
Know what I'm going to do?
Oh, what's that?
Right now, in my mind, I'm envisioning a tiny little bearded Brady Cooker in the Young Jedi section, and I've just come in there, and I'm about to lay waste to you.
Oh my god.
And you're going down first, Brady.
I like
that's
how
so
little
funny.
kid me has a beard still.
And long hair.
Like a Slayer t-shirt or something.
what the
fuck are you doing?
I've seen pictures of little kid Brady. Doesn't look anything like that with the beard or anything.
No.
He does look like Brady, though.
Crazy.
Oddly enough.
Oddly enough, he looks just like him. Always fuck the goat.
Yep.
Your mom must be so proud.
9 times out of 10, you fuck the goat and you just wait for the 10th time to happen. Disclaimer, I've never fucked a goat, but if I had the chance, I would. Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Or would you?
How deserted is the island I'm on?
It's not. You're on a giant continent right now.
No, Jesus Christ. No, we're in Iowa, and then there happens to be other stuff around us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. Yay, Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa. You're from New York. You don't get it. It's an Iowa.
It's an Iowa thing.
The other thing I was looking for this Christmas season was I was trying to find, and nobody seems to have it, the Dragonlance books. And KJ said, "Oh, I have that." I was like, "You don't want me to borrow your books?"
I doubled that up and told her what you did to one of my books, and she's like, "Fuck that, he's not getting my book." She didn't say fuck that. She doesn't cuss, but it's like, oh, never mind.
Well, that's what I told her. I was like, I don't want to borrow your book because you won't get it back in the same condition, if you get it back at all.
Yeah.
You just get it on Audible.
Why don't you just get it on Kindle?
Because it's a tactile thing. I enjoy having the
You
book.
have an iPad, don't you? Just get it on iPad.
Once again, I don't like books on those things.
You'll learn to love it.
I don't.
It's a way of life.
I want a book. I want to see that I'm moving through the book.
Add water,
And
makes its
feel-
own sauce.
That is one of the best parts of reading a book. Which
I
I don't do anymore, but...
Because it's just something. If I'm at like a page 150 out of 300, I see that it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't mean anything,
You know what
and I can't read books.
I can do at night in the dark? I can read my fucking e-reader. And that's when I do all my reading, because everybody's asleep. No one's going to talk to me. And it's not going to make me have to restart my fucking paragraph. And it's silent. The only thing I have to hear sometimes is KJ snoring or Lola making noise. Other than that, I just sit there and I read and read and read. And it's wonderful. Fuck normal books anymore.
Death to paper.
This is Fahrenheit 451 signing out.
All right, Montag.
So I didn't play very many video games this Thanksgiving. I did read a lot. I've been reading all these horror anthology books, so I've just been pumping out horror story after horror story. Probably has something to do with my fever dreams right there.
Yeah.
Because all I read is horror.
You're just recreating them in your head.
Yeah, and then all I do is watch a horror narration on YouTube, and then I listen to No Sleep in my car.
There's horror.
See,
all
No
over.
Sleep is hit or miss for me because there's some times where I'll really be into it and love every single story, and then there's other times where I'm like, none of these
So,
stories did anything for me.
I have
Yeah, I'm
the
the
season
same
10
way.
pass right now, and the very last episode, or the very last story of episode 2, is probably hands down worth the whole $20. It's a story called Gomorrah, and it's fucking wonderful.
Did you listen to? I'm sure you probably did. And go back to Gomorrah in a second, but there's the dinner party one where they had this because there's another podcast where it's just like a dinner party and somebody dies. It's basically like Clue, but they're just going through, and they have like tons of different stars in it. LeVar Burton is the narrator, and I love LeVar Burton.
I heard them advertise it.
Yeah, I heard them advertise it like a couple years ago. I wanted to listen to it.
It's really cool. They had like the first episode or
You're
something
invited.
like that.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. It's really good, and because I used to listen to, I still do, but I listened to books on tape, and LeVar Burton read The Watsons Go to Birmingham 1963. I have it on my phone right now, but it's really good. And so because I was like, oh, LeVar Burton, he's in Star Trek, which I loved as a kid.
And
so I have Geordie LaForge reading me a book every night, which is amazing.
That's amazing. I want to think that he did that with Data in on the Enterprise
in a holodeck.
Yep.
Just on the downtime. Here's one thing going once again on tangent, because some dumb list I was looking at about how Star Trek is, not amazing, or that it's not as cool as we think it is. And one of the things they said was, what the holodeck was going to be used for all the time.
Wasn't that one of the main things they thought of?
Yeah.
I mean, Quark used it for that, but I mean, you never
so
really saw.
So did Barclay. He fucked Troy. He fucked the Doctor.
But here's my thing,
and then he beat up
what you bring
the
into
bridge crew.
What you bring into in there is what stays there once everything is gone. So what happens if you come to climax?
All you had to do is say "come."
I don't like saying that.
Oh, so what happens if you squirt your load into a hot holodeck chick?
I have to assume that the load just sits there and it's like.
It'd probably stay in her, and then once you ended the program, it slopped.
That's
to the
what
ground.
I'm thinking. So who has to clean up the holodeck after?
Well, that's your
Well,
responsibility.
it'll dry up and evaporate. Time cleans that up. I've learned that
until Picard
myself.
Until Picard comes in. And,
what's all this crusty on the floor?
Damn it, Wesley! Quit coming on the holodeck floor.
Damn it, Wesley! Quit getting your cummies all over. No, I honestly think what happens is kind of like their replicator system. So any, waste that's left in the holodeck probably gets absorbed into the garbage system, which gets recycled into the food.
Ew.
Well, I mean, honestly, think about it. Their replicator food's all fucking piss and shit. So
yeah, it's not.
I thought that the replicator stuff just was
it's
essential.
It's reformed from waste. So anything that's a waste product gets sent.
Well, astronauts and cosmonauts on the space station
drink filtered pee. And so did Kevin Costner in Waterworld, so it's okay.
So does Bear Grylls.
The biggest waste of 3 hours.
Dude, I saw Bear Grylls take water out of an elephant shit and drink it. Bear Grylls isn't of this world.
He's a reptilian.
It was fucking disgusting. I was like,
TV, something else I watched over the break was a shit ton of Arrested Development.
I like that show.
When you can't find anything else to watch, it's guaranteed to be excellent.
If you need something to watch and you have Hulu, if you're not watching Future Man, fucking get on it. You're gonna love it.
I don't think I have
100%. You will love this show, this show, if you love our crazy, dirty sense of humor. Pretty much, it's about a guy who works at a place where they're trying to cure herpes, because the doctor's got like this big ass herpes on his face. And but he plays this video game, and they're like, "Why do you play that game? Nobody can beat it." He finally beats it, and the people from the video game like shoot into his life.
Yeah,
they're like, "Yeah, it was a training simulator," but it's so fucked up, man. It's they like go back in time to like the 60s, and it's crazy. It's insane B action. It's so good. But there's like he's like jerking off to like the main chick like after he beats the game.
Yeah.
And then when they show up, he comes all over this guy named Wolf, and he's like, "You just come on me." It is so good. My dad, he loves it. He told me he's already watched it like 4 times over. He's like, I just love it. I just keep rewatching it. It's so good.
I'll have to get my parents' Hulu password.
Or you can get it from me. I don't give a shit. I almost told you it, and I realized we're recording this podcast. I don't want the whole world to know my Hulu password.
You forget we're not live. I was lying in the beginning.
You got so serious.
Bum, bum, bum. Color me surprised.
The only thing I watched, really, because I haven't got back into the Punisher, just because I want a time when I can sink into it. But my main staple now that Netflix keeps on taking all my shows away, like they took Scrubs away, they took Bones away. Now I'm watching Friends until they take that away.
Soon,
why do you watch that?
It's Always
I
Sunny.
love Friends.
Friends is pretty funny.
Yeah, It's Always Sunny is either gone or going pretty soon.
Friends is the worst fucking shit
I
you
love-
could ever watch
I love
in your
Friends.
life.
I don't hate it.
You should.
I like Frasier too.
Frasier is top shit.
Yeah.
I'm on a meme page that's like Death Grips Frasier page, and it's called
God, what a
instead of
pairing.
the money store, it's the Frasier store. It's so good. Yeah, Death Grips and Frasier.
What do? With all these tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
They're calling again.
Morgan Freeman, thank you very much.
Scrambled eggs all over my face. What is a boy to do?
Here's a page you should like besides ours on Facebook. It's forklift memes.
Forklift memes are bringing in the new champion of memeage.
It is so goddamn good.
Fuck a deucin'. If you drive a Deucin forklift, stop listening to our show. Unless you're forced to, then it's not your fault. But
Yeah.
if you like it,
It's not your fault.
you're...
It's not
Shut
your
up.
fault.
Shut up, David.
It's not your fault.
Shut up. Fuck you. God damn it.
I also rewatched Doctor Strange.
That's a good movie.
It's
I
very
like it
good.
a lot.
I like the fact that it's superhero-y and it's not just some chick in black leather who's really good at fighting or some bozo with a crossbow.
Or some jackass with a ton of money.
Yeah. It's just like this guy can use magic.
Speaking
He's the
of,
most powerful character in that version of the MCU
Yeah.
in the comics. Pretty sure. One of them.
I don't know.
One of the top tier.
Speaking
Scarlet
of
Witch is probably the most powerful.
cinematic universes, let's press F to pay respects to the DCEU.
I've heard mixed things on Justice League. I want to watch it.
I heard that it was a fucking fireball of garbage and shit.
Well, I wouldn't doubt that at all.
But because of that, they're canceling all of the DCEU.
Good.
Are they?
Yeah,
Wow.
good. No more BVS.
How?
Have you seen Batman vs Superman, David?
No more Suicide Squad.
If you can find it for free and not pay money to see it, you should. Because it is just abysmal. And Suicide Squad was hot trash. It could have been good, but you could tell that they ruined it in the edit booth.
I saw
Like, we
it
have
at
to
a
make this
drive-in.
lighthearted and fun. It's like, no, you
And I
don't
didn't
stick
pay
to a
for
narrative.
it.
If you're going to go dark, go dark. But then like, oh, but people like Marvel because of this. It's like, yeah, you're not Marvel, are you?
That's why they should stick to DC Vertigo, because those comics are the darker ones. They're the good ones. They have the great stories, the great characters, the more adult themes. It's good.
I mean, look at this, the Dark Knight trilogy. 3 of the best superhero movies ever. And it's dark, heavy-handed adult drama with Batman.
Yep.
And it's, well, of course you got Christopher Nolan at the helm.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people who actually hate that Batman.
Well, they...
And they're like huge Batman fans. I think they just want so bad to love the Ben Affleck Batman. And they're like,
he doesn't.
This new cinematic universe is so good.
Quit lying to yourself.
Yeah. That's what it is. They're just telling themselves how great it is. Like I saw Suicide Squad at a drive-in. I didn't pay for it, so whatever. And I mean, for sitting outside in my car with the air conditioner and my stereo turned all the way up.
Yeah.
It was okay. I had fun sitting in my car and watching it.
Yeah. We went to Brew House.
Flick's Brew House, yeah.
Yeah, and I fell asleep watching it.
There's one movie that's coming out, I think sometime Christmas, has John Cena in it.
Yeah,
And
comedy.
My wife absolutely loves watching the trailer for that where he does the butt chug.
Yes.
She just dies
I
laughing
must have
every
missed
time.
this.
It is
Yes.
hilarious. Because I like John Cena. I think he's
Well,
hilarious.
John Cena's pretty great.
Well, I mean, it's gonna. I don't know how bad
It's
I want to
only good
watch
when
it
you-
if you can't see him.
Yeah, exactly. That's the issue.
Do they have special glasses?
They do. They do.
Oh, okay.
The special filter over the camera.
It must have been really hard to film. It's like, all right, Cena, we got to put your makeup on. It's like, I can't see your face.
And speaking of makeup, I know this is not a really good segue, but did either of you guys watch the documentary on...
Insane Clown Posse.
no.
That would have
The,
been a good segue.
The Jim Carrey.
No, not
it
yet.
is really good.
I did
need
not
to.
get a chance to watch it.
I did not-
But I've seen Man on the Moon, and I love that movie. So.
Yeah, it is amazing because this has literally been in his drawer for 20 years because they had a crew that was going along with it, and because I remember watching it with you and just kind of feeling that because there's a interview he does with Arsenio Hall, and he acts like he's drunk and ends up calling him trying to take a swing at him and calling him a black bastard.
Oh, yeah.
And-
It was right during the Rodney King stuff.
And
Who, Andy Kaufman?
No.
No.
This is Jim Carrey.
Oh,
And he goes out and he gets done with the interview and goes to his manager. He's like, he's just shaking his head and like has his head against the wall. And he's like, I don't know, man. I don't think you can come back from this.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey was like, this is what Andy Kaufman felt like every day. And it is so true because he was basically kind of like the Dark Knight. He wasn't the comedy or comic that people wanted. It was the comic that people needed.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Tony Clifton, at least.
Yeah. Oh, and the funny thing, because Tony Clifton, I can't think of the guy's name, but the guy who was Andy Kaufman's right-hand man, I can't think of his name off
I
the top
can't
of my head.
remember it right now.
But he actually played Tony Clifton when they went to the Playboy Mansion, and so they thought it was Jim Carrey, but it was actually the other guy. Then Jim Carrey shows up later, and then the other guy gets kicked out of the Playboy Mansion. But
That's so awesome.
But I love how he method acted this so hard that when he was done, he did not know what to do. He wasn't himself anymore. He didn't know he didn't know whether he was Republican or Democrat. He didn't really know. He just was like a blank slate. It was amazing.
The only thing he did know was that vaccines cause autism.
Yeah.
That was only while he was with
Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy.
He's still like that, ain't he?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's the only.
Either going through some shit or he like figured everything out.
I think he's become the master of his own domain.
Yeah.
And I must say, I love
He doesn't
his beard.
give a shit anymore, and that's like right
I
on, dude.
love his beard.
I
want
love
his
the
beard so
fact
bad.
that, like, when he gets interviewed, he's just like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, none of this is real.
I mean, that's basically what it is.
I think
He's like the chillest person ever. Without
And
any,
he's good at painting, which is cool.
and he really likes Cannibal Corpse.
Does he?
He's the person who got Cannibal Corpse on Ace Ventura.
Oh, wow.
He personally asked them, "Hey, will you guys please be in my movie?"
That's awesome.
And Corpse Grinder was like, "Oh, I sure, I guess." And
Hey,
then-
guys, can't do the raid tonight.
Yeah, no, so then it's just like
Hammer smash?
Yeah, that's what they play during Ace Ventura's Hammer Smash Bass. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, "Oh my god, now that's so heavy."
Yep.
I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck just hit me, and then I didn't listen to him until I was like 25.
Yeah. Well, it's not like you could just open up Shazam and have it find the song for you. You're kind of like, what's that song from Ace Ventura?
I know, right?
And Google wasn't around.
You gotta go flip through those
AOL.
things
Now,
at the library.
during
Dewey
that,
Decimal System.
Cannibal Corpse. What?
Why don't you guys have this on file?
I need a microfiche.
Now, did it talk about how Jim Carrey pretty much stole that spot from what the fuck's his name? Nicolas Cage.
No, he basically kind of came to it from when because he made his own tape.
Yeah, because and he told Nicolas Cage to do the same thing, and he's like, "No, I'm not going to audition for it." And then he did, and he sent in that tape. Nicolas Cage was supposed to have that spot in the pocket, and then Jim Carrey kind of just stole it under him.
Well, we can be thankful that Jim Carrey did that, because that would have been an awful movie had Nicolas Cage done it.
We don't know. Nicolas Cage could have been really good off the wall craziness too.
No.
Okay, he would be good at off-the-wall craziness, but Jim Carrey embodied Andy Kaufman almost to a T, because there was times in the footage where they said that he is acting exactly like Andy Kaufman. He would not drop character, and like Danny DeVito would lean over to the camera and be like, "That's exactly what Andy would have done." And so that's why because it's almost like reliving the movie, and he wanted actually this footage to be interspersed with the movie and just kind of have it be this kind of little biopic documentary movie type thing. But
Yeah.
it's
studio
amazing.
wouldn't
If you get the
release
chance
it,
to
would
watch
they?
watch it. It is awesome.
By the way, during your solo podcast, the way you said documentary really just grated on me really bad.
How did he say it?
Documentary or something like that. I said it like 4 times, and I just cut one, and I cut like all of them besides one, and then we just went with it.
Was that
was
like
like-
an amalgamation of all the different times you said it? Just spliced
because I was
into
like
one?
documentary.
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 And
That's what he kept saying. Documentary. And I'm like, who the fuck says it documentary?
So just like cut
It's
all of them out
documentary.
besides the last one, and just kept on rolling with it.
Documentary. So I watched this really great documentary about Andy Kaufman, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Did he just say documentary? And then he said it again. I'm like, that motherfucker just said documentary twice. And then he said it again. I was like, oh my God. This motherfucker saying documentary. Who the fuck says documentary? This fucking northeastern New York boy saying documentary. Because I was trying to explain it. I was trying to explain it to my wife, and she was like, "That's probably because he's from New York. They say things different out there, don't they?" And I was like, "He wasn't really born and raised, or he wasn't really raised up there."
I mean, I was raised up there, but the only people who have an actual accent is the city.
Yeah.
When you get mad and start going on a roll, do you break into it?
No, because I didn't live in the
Like,
city.
who ate the fucking last Pop-Tart?
I think that's Boston there.
You're right. I don't know. They're all the same
That
up there.
was
They're just dirty,
Providence,
greasy
bro.
Italians.
My people shed a tear.
I think that reminds me of Kill the Irishman. There was a hilarious line where he's like talking to the mob because he's the Irish guy. And that's a great movie, by the way, if you get the chance to watch it. It's not in any streaming places anymore, but it's really good. And he's like, you know why we call you guys wops? Because that's the sound a piece of shit makes when it hits the wall. I about died laughing when I heard that.
That's great.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, I watched a documentary, kind of, as well. It was a mockumentary. It was American Vandal, about who drew the dicks. You ever see anything for that? So it's kind of making fun of To Make a Murderer. I think that's the name of it. And it follows this kid named Dylan, who's like a deadbeat pothead piece of shit who likes to make these dumb, like, Jackass style videos.
Oh, you talking about my nephew?
No. But and then one day there 27 cars in the teacher parking lot all have red dick spray painted on them. And it's like this serious mockumentary about like who drew the dicks, and they start interviewing people, and they have like corkboard with strings attached. Oh, it is incredible.
What is this on?
Netflix, American Vandal. I would highly
I'm gonna have
recommend
to
it.
watch it tonight.
Like I watched it with 2 other friends, and we're sitting there like, "Oh, this is hilarious." Then about 3 or 4 episodes in, we're sitting like arguing. He's like, "No, it wasn't Dylan. It was a teacher. She never liked him. She never liked his brother. She framed him." And then, and then they'd always disperse. They'd sprinkle and just keep you grounded. It's like, but that doesn't explain who drew the dicks. It's like, Dylan, we have pictures of all the dicks Dylan's ever drawn in his high school career, and they all have balls or ball hairs on them, and none of the cars' dicks had ball hairs on them. It couldn't have been Dylan. It is incredible.
I'm gonna watch.
You
this
owe it to
tonight
yourself
when
to
you
watch
guys
it.
leave.
It's 8 half-hour episodes.
I can knock that out,
It's great.
Like nothing.
or I'll watch it tomorrow. Well, I think we've gotten quite off track of talking about Thanksgiving.
Well, this is the things I've done during Thanksgiving and in our absence of episodes. So
Yeah.
I kind of snowballed it.
Yeah, it's all right though. I really didn't do much just because I was just so sick. It
I just
fucking
played
sucked.
Battlefield 1, kicking ass with a Mosin Nagant finally unlocked.
Oh, nice.
So I have one of the guns I have in real life I have in a video game now.
Woo-hoo.
And I suck with it, so bazinga.
Maybe you should take your real one out and get some practice.
I'd like to, but the barrel's all rusted, because last time I shot it, I used corrosive Russian stock ammo.
Clean that thing out, bad boy.
Yeah. I'll have to put it in like a solvent bath for a day. Man shit right here, Mancast 2017.
No, I don't own guns and I don't condone the usage of guns. So therefore, I have a pussy.
AJ has a mangina.
AJ has a mangina. AJ has a mangina.
I have 2, and the only reason I have them is because I think they're cool. I haven't shot in probably over a year. Like, anymore, if I'm going to get a new gun, it's going to be a super old antique one just for... It's a historical piece. Like, I'd like to own all the major bolt actions from World War II, just because it's a piece of history that I can put on a wall and never intend to shoot at anything. Unless, like, swamp people come out of the ground. And you never know.
Speaking of swamp people, so
The shadow government.
a random guy like knocked on my door at midnight like 3 days ago, and like he knocked once and I'm sitting out here and I'm just gonna stay quiet. He'll go away, or they'll go away. I didn't know who the fuck it was. I figured if it was my landlord they would have called. Knocks again. I was like, what the fuck? So I go to my room, I wake up my wife and I go, can you check your phone to see if you got any text messages from your family? Maybe somebody's here from there. And she's all like, holy shit. So she gets up, she throws her shirt on, and I grab my sword. So
Oh my god, it's Jason Bourne.
So he knocks a third time. Finally, like, my wife swings open the door and he just goes, oh, and just walks away. Like, what the fuck?
That's weird.
I had the jeebies for like 4 hours. I couldn't sleep. So I just read scary stories.
Have you been researching aliens in the shadow government like I have?
I've been researching conspiracies.
Oh god, it's happening.
Oh my god, it's Jason Bourne!
Oh, I watched another documentary about
God damn it.
I think it's undocumented or something like that. It's about
Aliens.
aliens in the shadow government and the conspiracy to keep that information out of our hands. And like halfway through, I heard a noise. I'm like, oh fuck, they know already. How do they know? And so I opened my window all the way so I could see who was coming in and out of our parking lot. It was incredible. I'm like, finally somebody knows what I know, that all this shit's real. It's happening, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, I think that brings an end to this episode. Thanks for tuning in to 30 and Nerdy. I have been AJ.
Keep watching the skies. If you see anything, let me know. I'm Brady, by the way.
And I'm
Completely
David.
sane.
Goodbye.
Who are you?
I said my name
When?
earlier.
And that has been David. We have been 30 and nerdy.